Hello everyone, here is the second video of our most important practical React Native questions playlist. So, in one of the recent interviewer asked me this question. The question goes like this: I'll be given two APIs. One will be the post API, and then other will be the comments API. So I need to show all the posts uh, on the React Native app, and then whenever I click on one post, I'll be able to see the comments of that particular post. This is the question. So let's here we can see this is the post API, and then yeah, if for the post one, here is the comments corresponding to that post one. I need to show comments basically. So let's go ahead and code this particular example. So first things, I need to get all the data of that post, and I need to show the at least the titles of the post on our React Native app. And the second thing, whenever the user clicks on one post, I'll be able to show that particular post comments on on the screen. So yeah, this particular example seem a kind of similar to our previous question, which is about showing data of an API on our screen. So let's go ahead and start coding this. Um, First thing, we need to get post all the posts from this particular API. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'll be using use effect, and then I'll be storing that particular data in our state. Okay. So post and then set post. I'm taking this state, use state, and then um, so I'll be taking this state, and then I'll be yeah, proceed. Now I'll be uh, fetching this particular API and storing the content in our post. So now I'll be giving an empty dependence array because we wanted to fetch this post only once. uh, so now this particular post, I'll be fetching these posts, and then I'll be resolving it. So first, suppose we'll be getting posts. Now I'll be converting all the posts into JSON format, and then I'll be setting those posts in our those that data in our post state. So data set post. Now our post will be I'll be storing all the data or all the posts in this particular post this way. Now let's check whether our posts are being captured or not. Posts and then 0, and then title maybe. So yep, here is the first title. So now we have to show all the posts. We will be showing all the posts through by using a flat list. So why we are using, I already cleared the point in my previous video. Now I'll be creating a flat list. I have to import this from a React Native, and then default required default parameters I need to give, which is data, which is our post, and then render item, which which is this render item. I'll have to create this render item function, and then another default parameter is key extractor. Key extractor your item, and then I'll be extracting ID out of it. Now I have to write this render item function. So here is our render item. So now what I have to show? I have to show title of every item, right? Every post. So I'll be getting this item, and then I'll be showing title, right? So item dot title. So with this, I'll have to kind of show. I'm showing all the titles of our posts API. Okay. So now, for suppose I wanted to show only some posts. Let's suppose I wanted to show only 8 posts or something. Okay, I'll be giving only 8 posts data instead of many posts. I'll be slicing it actually. I'll be slicing from 0 to 8. That's it. So I'm getting 8 posts here. Okay, and I need to kind of show this in a list view. Okay, this seems like a text totally. So for showing in a list view, I will be separating these. Okay, I'm writing one more component, a kind of separator. So now I have to create this function. Okay, I'm creating this function with a view. Okay, that will separate these. So here the view stylings will be. So here I have to separate this with my stylings, separate stylings, right? Border bottom width, one. Yeah, so it's enough, I think. Now whenever I click on this particular mm, title, I need to show uh, the title's comments. Okay, let's suppose I need to show those downside. Okay, now let's write after this particular showing. So here I'll be showing our separator here. Let's suppose I'm separating our titles and then our comments of that one particular title. Okay, so these are 4. Now I have to show comments, right? Let's suppose text and then comments of post. Okay, uh, let's put this particular thing in middle. So here I'm putting this middle. Okay, for putting this middle I have to align this text towards center. So I have kept it towards center, and below this I have to put all my comments, right? So let's suppose I'm putting these also below. Then below I have to put all my comments, right? I'll be showing a flat list, okay, for showing all my comments, okay. So whenever the user presses on this particular title, we need to get the comments corresponding to this particular title, right? So we have to show all the comments here, okay. So now here the flat list is being called, and for every item this particular render item is being rendered, and here the title is being rendered. So whenever the user presses on this title, we need to get the comments, right? So here if we wrap this particular text or title around, inside this touchable opacity, then what will happen, like we can get the touchable opacity feedback, like if the user presses on this particular title, then we can handle that particular thing, right? So yeah, I have wrapped this text around touchable opacity. So now whenever the user presses, I have to handle that. So on press, um, and then now fetch comments. I'll be fetching comments, okay, uh, whenever the user on press that, right? Whenever the user press, I'll be fetching the comments. So now I'm gonna fetch comments. I'll be sending the ID of the post, okay, item.id, and with this ID I'll be fetching the comments, okay. Now I'll have to write this method. Here I'm writing it. mm, Constant fetch, and then here I'll be giving ID, and then inside it I'll have to fetch, right? I'll be fetching these this way, okay. So I'll be fetching them with this, and then here I'll create comments state, okay. So here comments set comments. I'm creating this state, right? So whenever I'll fetch with this particular ID, so here this is the API. Yeah, this is the API that we will be calling, right, when the user presses. So this API we will be calling, and inside this, instead of one, we will have to call that particular ID to get content about that ID only, okay. So now we have to change this to get that particular item, and then we have to set our comments with that. So now when I press, I'll be setting comments of that particular post in this comments, okay. Now I have to use this comment somewhere. So so here I have our comments, all the comments. I'll be showing all the comments in my flat list here, okay. So data comments, and then render item key extractor. Let's suppose render item, I have to give some other render item, okay. Now I'll be creating one more render item function. this, let's suppose this is kind of render item one, and then I'll be getting this, and then inside it we need to just show the comments, right? uh, so I don't need touchable opacities, so just comments title, and then what it is, comments, let's suppose name, I'll show name here. Okay, that's it. When I press, I have to show the names. Yes, these are the names that are corresponding to that particular title. So these are being shown. I pressed on this, those names are being changed here. We can clearly observe. Whenever I press, I can see different names that are corresponding to that particular post. So now this seems little, we need to at least separate this, right? So let's separate these a little bit. Okay, I'll give a padding, maybe 20 would be enough, right? uh, I'll give it 20 padding so that these are little away from one another. So now, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we have covered the total question. So yeah, if I press on some other different items, new things are being shown. So yeah. Mm, yes, if you are having any queries, feel free to comment it out. I'll be clearing your doubts. And if you like the content, please subscribe it. Thank you very much, guys.